Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the... Oh, I forgot to mute the stream. Alright, welcome to the LoL North American Amateur Open. This is now week 5, and we have a fantastic game to bring to you guys. We have Beast Coast versus TG Kassadin. This is I am Cowabunga, aka Nerd Rage League, which is in the little admin channel, and alongside
I am Pippin254, going to be helping co-casting this game.
Alright, obviously they're very quick with their bans this game. Wow. They have Blitz, Zach, Fizz banned, that Beast Coast is banned, and TG is banning Hecarim, Nautilus, and they stuff it. Okay, Riven. So all the bans are out already.
Some very good target bans on a lot of initiators, most notably Zac, Blitzcrank, and Nautilus, two of them being very notorious hook champions. Not sure who we're going to see first. The instant pick on Thresh, so we're going to see a very fast hook support.
Yeah, very fast, and this Fizz actually gets banned. I think the partial reason is because of TG Karama yesterday. For those of y'all who are not aware, he went top lane Fizz with the Bruiser build. That is not something you see every day. And did extremely well. I believe the score was 16-2 or 3 or something like that.
16-2, I believe. He did extremely well with that.
So I'm pretty sure that was targeted specifically for him. But we got Nami coming out and J4 for them now. So I don't think they run the yesterday though for the build, did they?
I honestly do not remember. I don't believe so though.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure their comp was more about, it wasn't about like hard initiation, it was about just poking people out. It wasn't like a heavy initiate, kind of like how Nami and J4 are.
Right, they ran more of a skirmishing comp as opposed to a full-fledged AoE team fight composition. But here we actually have Nami and Jarvan being picked. So Nami, great counter initiator with the tidal wave, and Jarvan can just lock everybody up with that cataclysm to make sure they get hit by it. Meanwhile, looks like Ezreal getting hovered over. So Ezreal Thresh bot lane, very mobile, very flighty. It's going to be hard to catch these guys if anyone tries to engage, most notably Jarvan, when coming in for those early game ganks.
Yeah, and then they also have Maokai, which is just a good around just absorber for the team. He has very strong ganks, not as much as, let's say, a B or anything like that sort, but he's not like a Warwick or a Malphite jungler where you have to wait for an ultimate to come out. He can do ganks pretty much at level 2 and be pretty successful.
It's like we have a Vayne pick coming out for the purple team, Cold Mercy, getting that Night Hunter. Probably looking for some... probably looking just to survive the lane phase with the Vayne Nami combo. I'm probably predicting Nami to play very defensively in this Ezreal Thresh bot lane, simply because Vayne really needs to get that mid game, get her attack speed up, get that Blade of the Ruined King so that she can start kiting and dueling effectively. Ezreal's going to be very flighty, but Vayne, she has so much damage behind her once she gets some of her core items that all that flightiness may not matter thanks to that movement speed from Night Hunter and her fantastic dueling potential.
Yeah, definitely probably the best ADC dueler there is currently. Because I condemn, if you condemn into a wall, it's almost always a guaranteed kill. Definitely late game because she has so much attack speed and so much burst. Well, I guess you could call it burst. Just with that silver bullet stack, so she can go. Ooh, Nami and Tark are picked up here.
Interesting.
Yeah, so obviously Nami and Tark there. One of those is going to different lane. We have seen some Tarek mids and tops. I've seen them every once in a while play normal games. I haven't really seen it in a ranked scenario, so that's very interesting. We'll see what we happen to see here. But again, that is Karama who picked Tarek, so maybe this is his pick. I don't know. We'll see.
Very well could be. He is, unless there's going to be a champion switch, he is carrying Ignite, suggesting either mid lane or top lane. It'd be rather interesting to see which one he goes to, and I'm actually finding it rather interesting that Talon is getting picked right now on the blue team, because whatever lane Talon goes into, Terra can actually go into that lane as well, and because of all those passive armor bonuses, Talon's going to have a tough time if he's picked into it, and there's the Vladimir pick. I'm thinking this might be a counter pick into Tarek, depending upon which lane he goes into, because Tarek, known for his passive Rs with armor, not so with magic resist.
Yeah. And how over Poppy here? I'm feeling like, I don't know, I haven't seen Anami in normal games or ranked teams. The only time I see a Poppy is in a ARAM when someone gets unfortunate with getting her. But I don't know, I'm feeling this is a troll ban, but who knows? Maybe we could see some Poppy come out.
Would be rather interesting to see a Poppy in a game because she has a very she's a lot like the previous Vayne iteration. She has a very weak early game, most definitely in the laning phase, but once she gets to late game, she is a force to be reckoned with. And instead, switching over and hovering over in Nivea right now, so this may be a Taric top lane if a Nivea is locked. Nope, going back to Karthus. Trolling me.
Yeah, so it is looking like either Anami or Taric. Ooh, Poppy's getting hovered over again. We'll see.
I think he's doing this just to screw with us.
It's very possible. Okay, go and lock on that idea. So, let's see if any swaps go around. Nope, looks like it's going to be Taric. He could be Diana and Taric could kind of go with in either lane. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure even if... So I'm hoping they're probably going to hope that Vlad goes into that Taric lane, like you said, and Talon goes against Diana. That's what they would hope for. But since they can both kind of go in either lane, it's going to be pretty much a 50-50 chance. And if they want to enforce that, they might have to do a lane swap if they don't get lucky off the start.
Yeah, mid lane and top lane are really going to depend upon lane matchups and compositions. So they are rather interchangeable in this sense. Whichever lane Talon goes, be it mid or top, Taric can go there and try to counter that. Same goes for Vladimir and Diana. I'm actually not sure about that matchup because I've never seen it, but we may see some lane switches here to try to help minimize the amount of damage done to each team during the laning phase.
Okay, let's look at the team comp that we have here currently. Let's see, who would I give the advantage to just off of team comp alone? I mean, they have Purple Team has a lot of CC, a lot of pull, and they do have a hook. They got ultimates, but they don't have a lot of solid CC. It's a lot of burst, I feel like, on Blue Team. So if Blue Team can burst down members of the Purple Team here, which is, I feel, kind of hard, definitely with the Taric, who will be actually a laner, because he's going to be very beefy, I would feel like. I think it's going to be a hard time for Blue Team to burst that down. And they don't have the CC to really lock down like Vayne or Diana, even if she starts to snowball. So I'm actually going to give the advantage to Purple Team just because of the amount of CC that they have on their team.
Yeah, this is definitely a protect the Vayne composition out of the Purple Team. They really want to try to get to that late game because Vayne is going to be doing the majority of their damage here. We've got the Jarvan knockup to help her alongside the Cataclysm if Vladimir wants to, or Vladimir, I guess Thresh, wants to get caught since they have no natural escapes. You have the Taric stun, a very good point-and-click hard CC, and to a lesser extent, you have the Diana Moonfall to pull everyone back together in case they try collapsing on Vayne. So right now, I think the blue team really wants to win this early with those early game Maokai ganks, along with Ezreal's flightiness. Vladimir, not really a early to mid game champ. He really falls into that late game, so he may have been picked as a failsafe or as a counter pick to Taric. But his presence is actually kind of strange because he's really the only late game champ. You have Talon, who's a very potent early game assassin, but then you have Vladimir, who's almost like a late game assassin once he gets his cooldowns, gets his AP and health up. But it's going to be interesting. Blue team really wants to win this early, but I feel like they have a failsafe in Vladimir.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. I mean, Vlad's definitely much more, a lot more threatening as the game gets longer and longer. So it kind of goes against the rest of the team comp, I feel like. But who knows? Maybe they're kind of using, like you said, Vlad kind of as that failsafe in case things don't go well. They can rely on Vlad to do a bunch of damage and just to have that survivability. So we're about a minute away from going into the loading screen here. So how about this Twitch chat? Who y'all rooting for? Y'all rooting for TG Kassadin or y'all rooting for Beast Coast? Let's hear it now. TG Kassadin, that's the first thing we see. We got a couple of TG Kassadins coming out. We're going to get any love for Beast Coast here. There we go. We got some love for Beast Coast.
Wow, love pouring in for Beast Coast. A couple of early TG Kassadins, but then all of a sudden,
yeah,
supporters come out from the woodwork.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're about to go into the loading screen here. We'll see who wins the skin intimidation factor here. Any skins you hoping for to see, possibly?
I've always been a sucker for Vindicator Vayne, so with any luck, Vayne will be rocking that skin. Librarian is the best Vayne, even though Dragon Slayer most technically is, but I'm a sucker for skins I've never seen before, and I don't think I've ever seen a Vindicator Vayne aside from when I'm Vayne, and that's a very rare sight to behold indeed.
Yeah, it's kind of like me with Earth the Manatee Warwick that I have. I've never seen anyone else have it. I'm always the only one. All right, so you want to go over the skin intimidation factor for us?
Sounds good. We have Festive Maokai, Explorer Ezreal, and Renegade Talon for the blue team. Dark Valkyrie Diana, sadly her only skin right now. But we have Bloodstone Taric, the man mode Taric. The more common Dragon Slayer Vayne, Cold Mercy, going with the popular picks. Warring Kingdoms, Jarvan the Fourth. Actually really like the skin because of the Flaming Cataclysm he's able to drop with that ultimate. And of course, Koinami.
Yeah. So it definitely looks like TG is going to win that skin intimidation factor by 2 champions, but it's okay. Thresh. Does Thresh only have 1 skin? I think he does, right? You haven't done anything else with him?
I do not believe he has another skin aside from Deep Terror Thresh.
Yeah, I think that's the only skin he has currently. So the game's almost loaded up here. Everyone's over halfway done. Where Ezreal is at the 80% mark. So it shouldn't be too much longer, guys. Oh, that's right. And just a quick question. If y'all enjoy these broadcasts, definitely feel free to hit that follow button at the bottom left there. And definitely help out with the community here. We are a new tournament trying to become regular. So if y'all would like to really support us even more, I mean, the follows definitely help. But if you would like to hit that donate button there that we have below the stream, it would help out. Appreciative, but we are getting into the game now.
All right, looking at opening items. Flask out of Diana, looking for some early game sustain. She really can't do much in lane with those Crescent Strikes until she hits level 6 and can follow up with that Moonfall. Taric also going Flask. Flask being very common right now for a lot of laners, as we also see it on Talon. Really looking to survive that early laning phase for as long as possible. Standard Doran's Blades out of the AD carries, standard support builds with Fairy Charm for Thresh and Nami.
Mm-hmm. One thing I would like to notice, like yesterday, I'm pretty sure in TG Kassadin's play yesterday, they had I believe it was 3 members actually picked up a Crystalline Blaster at the start. So I guess they feel very comfortable with that. Pretty safe start. But ooh, the Architect Thresher going to put some damage on him. Actually going to force pop his flash. So they didn't get a kill, but definitely popping a flash this early in the game is very nice.
Yeah, that is going to deny a lot of aggressive play out of the blue team, most notably when Thresh tries to land a hook. They need to be very careful about counterattacks or surprise jungle ganks during that exchange, because Thresh is going to have no means of escape. He's going to have to play a little more passive than normal, and this could be the opening that the purple team bot lane needs.
Yeah, it looks like they kind of wanted to make them assume that they were going to start red. So now they have that ward there to see if anyone's going to check it. And I'm feeling now what's going to happen now is because Maokai is going to start this blue. He's probably going to shift over to their red, but I'm feeling they might be waiting for him there, thinking that he went over and started that first.
I'm actually surprised they did not take the red straight out, rather just leaving a ward there. This might be an indication that Jarvan wants to get some counter jungling done. It will entirely depend upon what Maokai decides to do with his ganking route. Is he going to grab blue and fast gank top, or is he going to cycle down for bot lane? Time will tell, but this may be some counter jungling out of Jarvan. This may be an opening that he wants to take to try shut Maokai down in the early game.
Yeah, and here comes Maokai. Actually, is he going to go top? Yep, kind of what I figured he was going to do. He's going to go try to rush this red buff, thinking that they started red. So Jarvan here could probably get a gank onto him, actually, and do fairly well.
He has used his Dragon Strike, so he's not going to have that option open here for just a minute. Maokai gained some good burst damage on, but he's currently going to hide in the brush right now. Jarvan is actually pretty low, missing the Arcane Smash there. Ooh. Does get the smite off, but here comes Taric.
Yeah, here comes Taric. Oh, nice bind going on to him. Ooh, and here comes Talon, trying to get that first blood. Oh, so low that he'll barely save his life. Ignite still ticking. Ooh, one more tick. That would have been the end of him there. So
barely survives with 6 health.
Wow. very close team fight right now. Yeah.
I am really surprised no kills went down there. That was a very clutch imbue from Tarek to save his own life there.
Yeah, that was... that had me biting my fingernails a little bit. I was like, oh no, but yeah, very interesting. Obviously, they are coordinated. They everyone went to reinforce their junglers immediately. So good to see that a lot of team fight. I mean, a lot of cohesion, and obviously they're talking with each other and backing each other up.
Yeah, so mid lane, right now, Talon is heavily pushing Diana simply because Rake is going to be hurting quite a bit more. Exchange going down with the Pale Cascade. Do note that Diana is completely out of mana, trying to regenerate as much as he can off of that Crystalline Flask, but this could be an opening for Talon to get some harass in with a little fear of counterattack.
Yeah, he's getting some poke on to Ezzy. But yeah, nothing crazy going on here. I think since his flash is down, definitely for another. It doesn't have a timer, sadly. It's not like in game where you can hover over it and it shows you the timer for it. But
yeah.
Actually, maybe if I hit. No, okay, that doesn't work either. But
actually, I can tell you, 38 seconds left on his flash.
Actually, 38 seconds.
Yeah,
I just realized if you click on their icon and look at the bottom left there, you can actually see the countdown.
Yep, that's where I'm getting it from.
Okay, tight. But anyways, getting back to the game here. Sorry, we had some commentator sharing there. No, it doesn't look like anyone's trying to be too greedy. Everyone's trying to be safe. They don't want to be the first one to give up first blood because that is such a huge factor. Because usually if you can get first blood, that gives the potential to snowball just so much in that lane. It kind of forces the jungler to try to help out that person who died. It's just not a good thing. So they're going to try to play safe, I feel like.
Yeah, this is an extremely snowball-heavy game. With the exception of maybe Ezreal, depending upon Thresh's play, we have two assassins in mid lane, as well as Vladimir and Tarek top lane. So whoever is going to get that first kill is essentially going to get lane dominance for the duration of the laning phase. So these guys are going to play very careful, play the farm game for most of the early game, and once the mid game hits and the core items are out, that's when those that's when they're really going to want to try to start getting some kills, because then they're going to have their team to back them up and try to compensate for whatever happens.
Yeah, and we look at the CS here across the board, it is very close. Diana is pulling a little ahead there, but everyone's within like 2 CS of each other, so very close game.
Maokai currently covering the mid lane as Talon backs, picking up 2 longswords, probably going for that early brutalizer, punch through that early game armor, get as much damage onto Diana as possible. Because Maokai was covering that lane, it has reset. Talon is a little behind in CS right now because of that backlit. He's going to have a distinct item advantage. Currently getting some good harass on Diana with that cutthroat.
Yeah, very nice. And here goes Maokai, seeing if maybe he can get behind. Okay, actually, might just try to do some counter jungling here. Yeah.
I find it very interesting that Maokai is the one counter jungling at the moment. It didn't look like they were able to do much with the ward as the blue team red buff. So I do believe the no, actually that's a blue team ward. I take that back. I was gonna say, ooh, first blood going down to Nami at the bot lane. Looks like. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't even see that engagement, so I can't even say what fully happened. I'm assuming she landed a prism there and they capitalized on it, but I did not actually see it. Hopefully
yeah, that was a very quick engagement. Our apologies for that, but yeah, the Nami Vayne synergy is actually quite potent because once that Aqua Prism lands,
up top though, we got a big fight going on. They're going heavy onto Tarek getting run up very low. Oh!
Tides of Blood picks him up. Is the tower going to take him out? Yes.
Yeah, very good fight there. So that is a 2-for-1 game there. It's still within 200 gold of each other, so it's not crazy. Both top laners died, so I shouldn't see anyone snowball just yet. But
one small factor to note is that Maokai did get an assist in that fight, so they do have an assist. The red team does, or excuse me, the blue team did get an extra assist in that exchange. So small bonus to Maokai, but overall fairly even for the top laners.
Yeah. So let's see here. Yeah, it's just within 200 gold of each other. Still very close. Tarek's getting 2 Doran's rings, so definitely worried about going it feels like. Wants to put a lot of damage onto Vlad here. Just running, probably stunning up and then just coming up and shattering.
Diana currently spotted by a ward as she tried to cycle up to her north jungle. Probably pinging that out, making sure that Talon can follow if necessary. Kind of surprised by the Doran's Rings picks out of Tarek because, wow, that is actually a lot of burst damage. Never mind. I was thinking he may want to Chalice of Harmony if he's worried about mana problems and magic resist, but no, he just wants to dazzle Vladimir, smack him right in the face. So if vampires want to sparkle, well, Tarek's got the gems for it.
That was the best. Oh my god.
I'll be here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, that was so good. Okay. Wow. My wife would be so mad at you right now.
Oh no.
Maokai trying to roam up top. Yeah, nothing gonna happen though. Just kind of see if you could maybe catch Tark opposition, but Tark backed off. Actually, he's
like
going back in the tri-bush. Might see if he can make something happen.
He does have Boots of Mobility, which a lot of Maokai players actually really favor ganking straight from the lane with Boots of Mobility, simply because Maokai's so fast in that Twisted Advance point click actually misses the Twisted Advance on Jarvan, nails a Wraith, and because of that, he's going to have to back off of this exchange. Diana coming in to support.
Ooh, Bane gets caught bottom actually, gets that death to his bottom, and then he gets pushed back. Is he trying to put some damage onto her? Ooh, but he's taking a fair amount of damage himself, but here comes the Nami ult, knocking up, ooh, nice job by Nami for saving Bane there actually.
Nice Pure Shot Barrage to nail Vayne, but not enough damage. She is going to be forced out of lane though. That means she's going to miss a lot of CS, most notably this cannon minion, which cannon minions worth a notorious amount of gold as compared to their standard minion counterparts. So Vayne gonna miss out on a lot of experience in gold here.
Yeah, very close game so far. Looks like they're trying to put some... I don't know. I like how this game's so close though, and you can tell both teams are realizing how close this is. I'm going pretty fast, but we got 3-man top going top here. I don't think Vlad's gonna be able to get out of this.
He did burn his pool early, and Jarvan actually timed that Cataclysm perfectly. So once Vlad came out of that pool, he had 0 escape options, and Jarvan was able to trap him in, get a very easy kill. Yeah,
very nice job. So that is now a 1-for-3 game, but still, it's still anybody's game, I feel like, currently.
Only about a 400 gold lead, so still a very close game, despite the red team being up 2 kills.
Now, let's look at this Ezreal and Bane build difference here. The ADCs, which I feel is pretty important. Oh, actually, okay, I thought something was going to happen in the bot lane. But we got this Cutlass coming in for Bane. Obviously, going to be rushing that...
Blade of the Rune King?
Thank you. I couldn't think of it for the life of me.
Not a problem.
Which is almost always what you see Banes do nowadays, because it's such a good item with her, because it provides a slow, and then with that chase ability you can do, no one's going to get away from her if it's if you have to run a good distance away. So that's pretty standard, but it's easy. He's going with the Tear of the Goddess build, so looks like he might be going for that blue pill Israel, but that is got nerfed significantly because the Tear of the Goddess got nerfed so much because now the stacks take so long to build now. So. Like, if you watch a lot of the pros play now, they actually skip the Tear of the Goddess on Israel now because you need that early damage, and you just don't get the benefit of that Tear of the Goddess as early as, like, mid-game as you could have before. Meanwhile,
Vayne getting knocked out.
Yeah, it's going to be a big fight going on here. Might be going out. Vayne does pick up that kill. But I wonder if they're going to try to push this even. Or, actually, they might even try to get a dragon off this.
Yeah, this is going to either be a tower or pressure on tower or dragon. Maokai is currently in the bot lane to try to help this. Interestingly enough, I'd like to note that Nami actually did not get a Philosopher's Stone. Rather, she got her Cage's Lucky pick first. That means a little bit less gold generation, +4 as opposed to +5. But what that does mean is she has a lot better trading potential because she has a little bit of extra ability power for those ebb and flows, for those Aqua Prisons to land a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah. But actually, I decided not to really capitalize that, try to push what lead they did have. I really felt like they could have got a dragon or a tower out of that, but instead, Jarvan decided to go back in jungle just to farm up. I don't know. So, this is what they elected to do. Nothing wrong with that, it's just I feel like there could have been more that they could have accomplished.
Tower is about 40% health. This could be an opening for Maokai to gank the moment that tower is destroyed. He is currently hanging around at bottom blue side jungle, but right now Vayne is just trying to farm as much as possible, try to deny Ezreal as much CS as possible. And Ezreal, do know, is out of mana, so he's not... Okay, there. Never mind, there's a Mystic Shot. Ignore me.
Oh, big fight coming in bottom mid here. Looks like Talon trying to get some good damage onto Diana. Diana doing a pretty good job, and Talon there really using his invisibility there to his advantage, juking out Diana. But even then, like even with all their bursts here, with the shield of Diana, there just wasn't a lot he could do. So it's still gonna be a long time until we see, I guess, a full burst come out from this mid lane.
Also, do note that Diana did pick up her Seeker's Arm Guard, so she's going to have a lot of extra armor to help deal with Talon in that laning phase. Meanwhile, bot lane tensions are pretty high as that tower was brought down to about 10% health. Ezreal did have to recall 4 health and mana. Looks like Taric and Jarvan hanging around in top lane near a blue site ward. Vlad should know that this is coming, but right now he's not reacting to it. He needs to be very careful here. Ducking into the brush, dodges the Taric Dazzle with that Sanguine Pool, and Jarvan's not going to find an opening for Anaka. Vlad gets away safely.
Yeah, so that was a very close call there, but good job for waiting until Taric was going to do his Dazzle and then do his perfect pull there.
Yeah, being very careful not to get baited into using that too early. Vayne is cycling back into lane. She has picked up her Blade of the Rune King, her first major core item. Ezreal's still sitting on a Tear and a Longsword. Looks like he's going to want the Manamune rather early, but again, because he's rushing that, he's going to have very little damage as opposed to Vayne.
Yeah, I mean, late game it has a huge potential, but that pretty much makes Israel useless until late game, I feel like. So I don't know. We'll see if he can hopefully maybe get a kill. Because if he get a kill or two somehow with the support of a jungler, he could really turn around and make it that item come in early.
Yeah, the major problem here is that though it does do fairly well late game, the problem is, especially after the tier nerfs, Vayne is going to scale much harder into late game anyway. So unless the blue team wants to play the poke game, I don't think much is going to be accomplished, and especially since considering the team composition, you have Talon, who is an all-in assassin, you have Maokai, a potent initiator, and you have Thresh, again a potent initiator. Looks like Vayne gains some very good harass. The Aqua Person does land, pulling Nami into turret range, but both of them gain extremely low. Jarvan's now hanging around in the bottom lane, as is Maokai. Keep in mind that the blue team does not have very good health, so if this tower gets pushed, it's going to get pushed hard.
Yeah, looks like Talon was thinking about going down there, helping them out, but probably saw how low that tower was and realized, you know what, I should probably just kind of let this fall. I mean, this tower's so low, it's kind of having a tower this low, you almost want to give it away because the thing is, if you're relying on a defense of that tower and it just drops like that, you're going to realize you're in a very worse situation than what you thought you were.
Yeah.
But here we go. Yeah, here comes that fight. That tower goes down, and then there goes the knock up. That's exactly what I was talking about. And they're gonna get a kill there. Might be able to pick up 2. Does pick up 2. Oh, never mind. He has not fallen yet. I thought as he died. Looks like a kill either way. There he goes. Now Maokai trying to put some damage on the Vayne, but he's gonna back up out of there.
That was actually a very good escape for Ezreal, using the Arcane Shift and Flash to get distance on Jarvan when he used that Cataclysm. Unfortunately, Vayne also had her flash up, was able to chase in. And actually, here comes Talon cycling down. Looks like Maokai is reinitiating, trying to bait them in. Here comes Talon with the ultimate, with the rake, picking up Vayne. Ignite goes down on Jarvan. He's able to flash over the wall. Is he going to be able to get away? Looking at the movement speed, it's 335 to 375, but he does have that Dragon Strike. Going to escape over the wall to safety.
Yeah, that was a very close team fight there. Some pings going on, probably just letting them know where they are in the jungle. Let's look at the matchups here. Vlad's actually winning his lane currently, up by 30 CS, almost 40 actually. So Taric is starting to fall a little bit behind, but Taric, once he gets team fights where he can really get his aura going for the team, he'll be a great help.
Yeah, I'm surprised Jarvan hasn't spent a little bit more time top lane, because Vlad is going to scale a little bit harder right now since Taric really needs to rely on melee attacks to last hit, and because of that, Vlad can just sit here, even under turret like this, and just freely harass Taric as he's trying to last hit these creeps. Now, he does have a heal. He also does have, well, the Armor Diva is not going to help much, it's Vladimir, but he does have the heal to help try to circumvent some of that harass, but Transfusion is definitely on a shorter cooldown than Imbue.
This goes on to Nami there. Ooh, okay, then capitalize that. They're going to try to run here. Ooh, Easy, we're going down very low. Here comes Jarvis. Going in now. Ooh, nice prism on the Thresh. Should be able to pick up that kill. Double kill there for Vayne. Wow.
Yeah, she is currently 3-1, and Ezreal, he's just not as flighty as Vayne, especially when Vayne has that Night Hunter active ultimate. Diana chasing Talon out. Talon was forced to pop his ultimate, so he is not going to have as much stealth and mobility until that gets back up, trying to stop Taric from pushing this mid lane. But again, this is where Taric's armor bonuses are really going to come in handy. He has 116 armor right now with 0 armor items. Talon actually dying to Diana under tower as well.
Yeah, that was intense.
Bot lane.
Vayne picking up another kill. Wow. A lot of kills happening all of a sudden. I guess they probably realized they're ahead and really want to capitalize on this. Gonna try to get a lot of kills, pick up a lot of objectives. Yeah, there you go. Now they're going to start on Dragon also. So they're going to have a pretty good lead after that. After that Dragon, I don't think there's any way that Blue Team can contest it. Definitely since True Shot Barrage of Israel just got launched. That's going to be a 4K gold lead almost for about 3K gold lead for Purple-Sighted, and they still haven't gone back to shopping for the items to really enforce that gold advantage they're going to have.
Vayne currently still hanging around in that bottom brush. Pink Ward is going to spot her as she cycles back up. Probably wanted to try to catch Ezreal off guard as he pushed that mini wave, but Ezreal and Thresh playing it smart, staying back, knowing, hey, if Vayne comes out of anywhere, I know we can't trade her in the slightest, so we have to play this lane extremely careful. So right now, Ezreal just needs to try to get his core items up as fast as possible to try to help match against Vayne.
Yeah, meanwhile, we see that Diana does pick up that Zhonya's now. So this should be a huge help for her. She'll be able to dive a lot more effectively because she can dive and doesn't have to worry about really getting picked up. Even by a tower, she can just go in, pop her Zhonya's, or go in, do some damage, pop her Zhonya's, then wait for all of her stuff to come up cooldown, and then just go in all again. So
meanwhile, top lane, Vladimir was forced to burn his ghost as Diana came up to chase him out of lane. Taric actually getting him very low, but Vladimir was able to escape through a combination of Sanguine Pool and Ghost. So keep in mind, Summoner spell down, he's going to have a little bit less mobility as the game progresses.
And Taric actually getting this Rod of Aegis. Normally I would say Rod of Aegis isn't that good, but I have a feeling on its part, it actually is bad.
Jungle engagement.
Dropping brought down very low, and here comes Zhonya. There goes Zhonya. There goes Diana. It popped her Zhonya's immediately. Yeah, Zhonya, that's the new champion, right? Yeah, but yeah, bot side here, they're just really having a problem now. Vayne has a level advantage, and Nami has a 2-level advantage over Thresh. So definitely, I mean, it's not a huge issue, but it's definitely an advantage. Definitely in bot lane is definitely something you don't want to be up against.
Yeah, with Blade of the Ruin King and Azeel, Vayne not only has % health damage going for her, but also a small chance for critical strikes. Ezreal right now just picked up a Sheen, so he's going to have a little bit of extra burst damage off of the Mystic shots, but again, that's pretty much all he can do. He can try to win a poke war with Vayne, but Vayne has so much lifesteal through that Blade of the Ruin King that I'm sure she can simply shrug that off. Lifesteal through
Maokai getting dives here. Might be going down here. He is trying to heal up. Oh, Jarvan does good. Up comes up, might be able to pick up Talon. Oh, does pick up Talon. So right now it's a 1-for-1 trip, but here comes Diana trying to see if she can put some damage on, and decides not to.
Does land a Crescent Strike on Vladimir, but currently 3 very healthy blue team members not going to want to engage on that at all. Keep in mind, Maokai is out of mana, so they definitely have to back off here, as they do not have as much initiation power, even though Thresh has come up to the mid lane. Vayne and Nami were cycling up, but it looks like they're going to... Well, let's see. Nami probably looking up to Ward. Vayne probably going to cycle... No, she's cycling back up. Make up your minds, people.
Meanwhile, we see that Jarvan does pick up the Aegis of the Legion now, so should be turning that into a Bulwark soon. Yeah, I feel like this is a good pick. I'm actually kind of surprised that Taric didn't get it, because then he would have been like the Aura Master, basically. But having on 2 separate members can be a benefit, too, because let's say one person falls, you at least have half the Auras.
Yeah, Talon actually, just sticking with the Rod of Ages, so a rather selfish Taric build, but he still does get that armor aura, so instead of having to just rely on Taric, it's going to rely on both Jarvan and Taric. Engagement coming in the mid lane.
Yeah, huge damage coming on here. Nami comes by, here comes the ultimate from Vlad. Okay, might be able to escape here. Actually, Talon picks that up, and Taric picks up the kill on Vlad. They're going to see... Okay, no, I thought there was someone else there, but that was a large creep. So they're going to push this mid lane now. Definitely pick up that tower and might even pick up the second one here since no members of the TG actually fell from that engagement.
Definite win for the red team. TG doing an excellent job at sieging this tower. Talon actually going in with the ultimate. Nami forced to flash away. She did take tower aggro. Thresh goes down to Diana. So not a good exchange. Nami did not die to the tower, which is what I think Talon was trying to do with that engagement. Nami just sticking around a little bit too long, taking a couple tower shots. Talon, great job finding that opening, but unfortunately it simply was not enough damage.
Yeah, that was... Wow, this game has went from pretty passive to pretty intense here quickly. TG definitely putting a lot of pressure on the blue team. But we are reaching that late game situation now. So this is where blue team, even their heroes or champions, or whoever you want to call them, are going to start to fall off now. Because besides bEAST, he's like the only real late game champion they are. So Clock did win his lane and it has a 50 CS advantage over Tarek. So hopefully he can start snowballing this, and looks like he's looking to build a Zhonya's himself. So just provides a lot more survivability.
I do want to note both Brutalizer and Last Whisper on Talon right now. So he's going to be, at the very least, penetrating through a lot of armor. So if he can get onto Vayne, he's probably going to be able to burst her down extremely quickly. Also to note, Vladimir actually picking up a Spirit of the Spectral Wraith. Though normally a jungle item, some laners that rely heavily on spell, or I believe that's Spellbound, is it? No, that's actually... It is Spellbound? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of Ancient Golem. So,
okay.
Yeah, Spectral Wraith is actually a very good item on Vladimir. A lot of people actually take that over the Hextech Revolver and the Will of the Ancients simply because it gives a lot of flat spell vamp, and this is actually a very good selfish item for Vladimir since the team composition doesn't really necessitate spell vamp aura. So getting this item gives him a little bit more selfish power, which for Vladimir, especially in this team composition, is a good thing. Right now, red team is currently hanging around in the jungle, probably looking for a fight near red buff, but they're going to cycle out, probably wait for the dragon timer if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're trying to put some poke in here, trying to put some pressure on the blue team. They do have that ward there, so they can't see everybody, but blue team also has a ward right in that bush, right next to them. So their two wards are playing lovey-dovey, but ooh, they're going to pick up that dragon very quickly. They might be able to engage on this. Let's see if Cataclysm comes down. Here we go, fight going down. No ultimate yet. Oh, there's an ultimate from Knockout, trying to absorb some damage. He does fall very quickly. Nice lantern there from Thresh is thrown. I can't even talk right now. Ezreal does take it and gets the fort back.
Yeah, unfortunately, Maokai just caught a little bit out of position. His team was not there to engage when he was engaged upon. That was almost the ideal engagement for the blue team. All the crowd controls landed solely on their tank, but unfortunately, they simply were not in position to follow up on it. Vladimir overextending a little bit, eating some poke. Talon nailing the Aqua Prism right there, but again, no one to really follow that up. But this is a definite advantage for the red team. They have a lot of damage through Vayne. They have a ton of tanking potential through Tarek and Jarvan, and they have a bunch of assassination potential through Diana and Talon. So overall, a very balanced team composition out of the red team, and it's doing them wonders.
Yeah, very strong team comp. We see that J4 has picked up that Runic Borg finally, and we see that Maokai starting his Aegis now, so should be seeing that turn into a Borg here shortly, I would assume. Let's see. Ooh,
oh no, Maokai
is
in jungle.
Oh, he gets shredded.
Yikes.
Yeah, that is not something you want to walk into. Good job from the team knowing when that blue golem was going to spawn and just waiting for someone to come up there and try to attempt to do it.
Yeah, I think they had timer on that from an earlier engagement, and just a perfect trap set up for Maokai. He got cut down quick, and as you can see from Tarek's armor bonuses, he's not taking a lot of damage from this tower. They may be able to get this without a single minion within the vicinity.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be a free tower. Nice shield from Diana going to take a lot of that. And they're going to push down here, see. I don't know. They may go for this inner turret. Ooh. Okay, I thought that was fight coming on. Here comes Vayne, though, gonna fight.
I don't think Talon noticed.
Oh no, I hate it when that happens in my games.
Shop till you drop, and Talon just dropped like a sack of potatoes to Vayne, so she's picking up yet another kill. Ezreal does get the bottom turret, and in-game chat, Vayne's a little bit confused as to what just happened there. Looks like, yeah, Talon was just trying to shop, and Vayne just kind of looked at him and went, "You're not allowed to do that. I'm just gonna send you back to the spawn the hard way."
Yeah, we do see a coming out from Talon, so he honestly doesn't know what happened. Vayne says trying to sound innocent. Ooh, Tark might go heavy here on Sabila. Gets bursted down there. Very nice job there. But
yeah, Tarek's Dazzle is just working wonders on the synergy with Vayne, because that armor shred is just going to mean Vayne does even more damage than she already does right now. So Vlad just gets straight up bursted under tower. Didn't stand a chance.
Okay, looks like Dan does pick up that Death Fire Grasp now. She has a lot more burst potential. If she can get onto this Talon or Easy here, she's going to have an easy time bursting him down with really no contest. Vayne picking up that last Whisper. And looks like she gets a pickaxe, so I foresee that turning into a IE here shortly. Well, not shortly, because that's a long ways away. But
yeah,
I'm assuming that's the next build she'll be, next item she'll be going for.
Yeah, it looks like she just wants some cost-effective attack damage right now. Probably didn't have enough money for that BF sword, but is probably going to be turning that into the Infinity Edge. Make sure that Phantom Dancer is doing as much in the way of damage from critical strikes as possible. A little bit of a lull in the fighting right now. Ezreal actually has picked up his Iceborne Gauntlet. Manamune is almost charged, 720 out of 750 mana. Should be seeing that Muramana soon. Vayne and Nami cycling into jungle. Maokai Sapling has spotted them. However, the ward has been placed, and red team just doing a great job with vision. Wards at the major buffs and inside the blue team jungle. You have a pink ward at Dragon for when that spawns to make sure that goes uncontested. They're just doing a very good job with their vision. I think that's one of the reasons they're doing so well in engaging these fights. It's just knowing where the blue team is and knowing how to engage.
Yeah, I agree. Looks like Israel picking up his Mirror Mana finally. Finally gets it upgraded, so that's going to help a lot with his burst. So he does get that finally turned into that, and he already has Iceborne Gauntlet, so he's definitely going blue pill Israel, no doubt about it, but I'm sure y'all have noticed that. But turning that into that is a huge damage burst for AZ, so hopefully that can help them turn this around.
True Shot Barrage does go out to try to clear that minion wave, but honestly, I don't think... Well, he probably could save it for the team fights, but on blue, Ezreal, True Shot Barrage isn't the strongest of skills, especially with attack damage Ezreal. Now, if you ever have AP Ezreal, it's ridiculous, but team fight starting, Maokai going in on Talon. Looks like Vladimir is in the center. He does have to pull Diana Zanya's the tidal wave, so great job there. Flashes over the wall. Chaos Cascade is going to not save for Ezreal picks up the kill there. Vayne also picks up the kill on Talon, and she is not being focused right now. Thresh trying to block her as much as possible. There is the death sentence. Nice condemn, but the exhaust is going to be too much. Ezreal actually picks up the shutdown.
Yeah, even though that is a 2-4-2 there, it's obviously a much better pickup there for blue side. Picking up that Vayne is huge. That shutdown gold, and they picked off the other assassin, Diana. So 2 shutdowns come from there. That's actually 900 gold basically in their pockets just from the shutdowns alone. So at least is going to give them that boost they need.
Yeah, I believe Vayne was legendary, so that means Ezreal, I believe, got 500 gold off of that kill, meaning he's going to have a lot of time to catch up here. This may be the opening the blue team wants. It is 5-20, but considering this is 31 minutes in, there is only a 4k gold lead, which honestly isn't as large as you might expect when you have a 15 kill differential between these teams.
Yeah, it is not like, it's not like, usually when you start seeing that anywhere between 8 and above, basically, that's when you know someone's like really dominating. But actually that Dragon, that picks them up to a 6k gold lead, but that's still not a huge advantage where it's just dominating, where they don't have to think about it and just go through and just plow through everybody. They still need to be tactful with their engages, so hopefully they're not thinking they're super ahead right now and gonna throw themselves off.
Yeah, I believe the game we casted yesterday had the winning team at like a 10 to 13k gold lead, and I believe that was like 30 minutes in. So this is a lot closer, and do not be surprised if the blue team suddenly comes back because of that team fight. Right now, looks like the red team is hanging around Baron Nashor. This may be the game changer, is the Baron fight. If the blue team can get a proper wards and be a proper initiation. If they can get this Baron, then this Baron is going to be pinnacle. I'm predicting it.
Yeah, they're doing a good job with pushing this mid lane though, so it's kind of forcing the members of oh my goodness, Beast Coast here to stay in the back. Really, they don't want to let that Wayne push, and then all of a sudden, when they go to get Baron, they just go through the base real quick. They don't want to have that base rate situation, so they are playing passive here. I feel like they want to get this Baron, but I don't think Purple Team's gonna let them just go get it without a contest.
Yeah, Red Team seemed very smart in pushing this, and knowing Jarvan is bot lane, and this is a 3v5, Maokai is initiating, but just gets straight up bursted by Vayne. Talon trying to get as much damage on Vayne as possible. The True Shot Barrage with the Chemo Plague is not going to take her out. Diana Zanyasing, but this is a win for the blue team. They picked up, I believe, yeah, this is a 2-for-1 exchange, along with forcing Vayne away. And this was a fantastic fight because they actually caught Jarvan at the bot lane. They caught Nami when she was actually at base. So that was a great initiation by the blue team.
Yeah, that was very good. They almost picked off Vayne. That would have been, well, it wouldn't have been that huge because the shutdown had already happened, but still, just getting a Vayne kill would maybe even got them that turret, because then they wouldn't have to worry about that huge damage that she would have brought. But
yeah. Although the blue team won that fight, you could see how just quickly Maokai got straight up bursted. So if they want to take out Vayne, they need to take her out quick like this. Vayne drops to half health. Jarvan trying to initiate in. Nice play from Thresh to keep Jarvan away from Ezreal. Very interesting skirmishes going on right now. They feel very even despite the blue team being down so much.
Yeah, I mean, there goes that True Shot Barrage. He really doesn't want them coming down this lane. I feel like he wants to keep these creeps at least past the river, just so that way they can keep vision onto this Baron. Well, not vision, but keep pressure onto the Baron. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. Blue team, I think, needs to get a ward in there ASAP, because I still think within the next 5 minutes the fights are going to turn to Baron, because right now there is a little bit of a stall because the blue team started winning these fights. Talon, interestingly enough, picking up a Ravenous Hydra, so he's going to look for area of effect damage on these team fights, not only through his abilities, Rake and Shadow Assault, but also through his basic attacks and, of course, the Ravenous Hydra active. This is also going to give him quite a bit of lifesteal, because I do believe the Ravenous Hydra's active is affected by lifesteal. That is the TMO upgrade. Thresh getting a little caught out, stunned, but no one to really follow up. Nice lantern to get Vladimir back to the turret to where they can defend.
Yeah, plus with Talon, like a lot of people who play Talon actually get a Ravenous, the Hydra, simply because of Cutthroat. What Cutthroat does, for those of y'all who may not be huge Talon players, it applies a 12% damage buff. So if you get Cutthroat on and then do a Hydra, it's just a huge amount of burst damage. So it was really a nice pickup for him.
Yeah, living up to his role as an assassin, doing a great job of trying to force Vayne back. Looks like the red team is cycling up. They do have a pink ward on Baron, so this may be their time to either go for it or bait it. Looks like they're trying to bait it. Tarek's standing in the forefront of the brush.
Yeah, they're trying to see what they can. Ooh! Oh, he does get that hook on the Vayne, though. I feel like he kind of was out of position, though. Cataclysm will kind of catch him there. Oh, yeah, 2 kills going to Vayne, though. This could be very bad. Flash does go out. Talon's still trying to get to Vayne, but Vayne definitely get out of there. But Vayne does die from Belad, though. Ezreal picks that kill onto Diana, and Jarvan here picks up the kill onto Talon. But that is a 2-for-3 exchange in favor of blue team. So they are winning these fights somehow. Well, not winning, but they're at least holding them off. It's not like no team is getting just shut down completely where the game can end. Oh, but J4, oh goodness, the Talon. Oh,
great bubble by Nami.
So
oh my god. Survives with, I think, like 40 health there. That was close, but that does let the red team get this turret.
Yeah, good job from Purple Team there, picking up that. Didn't pick up that, but at least putting the damage onto him. Letting you know, like, hey, we know you're pretty tanky, we know you're a late game carry, but we are gonna put this pressure onto you if you put a shot next to like that. So very good job there.
Most definitely. And though the blue team did get a good catch on Vayne during that last fight, there wasn't really anyone to follow up and try to prevent Vayne from stealthing and tumbling away, which he was able to do. Thresh got that hook and was thinking, yeah, I got the Vayne, I'm going in. And unfortunately, the rest of the blue team was sitting there trying to figure out what he was doing, I think, because Vayne was easily able to slip out of that. And though Vladimir did land the Contagion, Hemoplague, excuse me, wrong skill, but although he did land it and although they did pick up Vayne, it still didn't go quite as well in their favor. But doesn't mean that the blue team did badly in that team fight. They came out, I think, relatively even in that exchange, but I think it could have gone better if they could have responded to Vayne a little bit faster.
And Tark picking up the rabbit on Death Cap now. Wow.
Oh, my.
Yeah, he's going to be very scary now. He gets these dazzles and shatters now. He's going to be doing a lot of damage. And he has a Spirit Saucer. He has a good amount of CDR, and obviously he has a lot of heal for himself. Just that amplified healing. So he is definitely looking to be in the front line of TG right now.
Yeah, a lot of one thing that people usually underestimate on AP Tark is his ultimate Radiance, because right now that is dealing about 550 damage on when it lands, and of course that has a 45-second cooldown. So bring on the hammer time, start playing some MC Hammer, because he's going to be doing a lot of burst damage, especially if he's able to get into all 5 of the blue team. And it looks like a flash engagement onto Maokai. The red team has picked up Baron. They're going to try to trap Maokai, and he's going to flash out. Tarek flashing forward, trying to stun Ezreal. Does land it, but not before he arcane shifts over the wall. Vayne does have final hour going, so she does have some movement speed. Not going to be able to... Ooh, does catch him and get some good damage onto Ezreal. The Thresh Hook does miss, though. And that means that the purple team, or the red team, excuse me, can siege this mid lane now with even more confidence now that they have that Baron buff.
Yeah, if you notice that Baron fight, Maokai almost picked that up, actually, with his sapling. It was... so close. It exploded right when Baron fell, so I thought for a second he stole it, but yeah, just barely off by hair there. So almost got a very lucky Baron steal, but didn't turn out for him. But looks like they're trying to defend this here. It's going to be a lot harder now because Purple Team definitely has the advantage, and then with Baron on him, it just amplifies that by twofold, I would feel.
Yeah, the blue team was able to come back to a certain degree, but I don't think they came back enough to be able to contest the Baron as much as they wanted to, because Maokai did make a very valiant attempt to try to steal it, but unfortunately was not enough, and now red team has a significant advantage.
Yeah, and you notice, I've noticed that Thresh picked up this Emblem of Valor here, so hopefully they didn't have like a big communication pact about who was going to get the Aegis, but ooh, actually huge fight coming in, ooh, drop. Went out solo. Thresh does go down. Looks like Tark pushed that up, and Tark pushed up a double kill there actually. And then Ezreal falls. Not looking good for blue team. They're going to be backing off here. They're going to see if they can chase this Gila. I don't think they can get him though, even though. Okay, GG is going to be called here by Beast Coast here, but
yeah, 50-second death timers, but no minion waves are really pushed up for them to really get much. I think the most they're going to get is either inhibitor or maybe a Nexus turret. It's going to be hard to tell. Vladimir has to be very careful defending this.
Yeah, he's going to be very cautious because if he gets a knock up and the stun, and it's just this burst damage that Diane brings currently with that. Actually, that Firecraft is still on cooldown, so not a huge threat, but it will be an issue.
Yeah, but this is opening the floodgates. Turrets going down left and right. Inner turrets for top and bottom lane have been taken down. Looks like they're trying to work on the middle inhibitor turret. Looks like they're going straight for that inhibitor. Same thing with top turret Tarek pushing a massive minion wave there. Diana also split pushing on the bottom side. Blue team has respawned. Vladimir gets bursted down. Maokai coming in with the home guard, but he's not going to try and engage. He doesn't have his team behind him to where they can truly engage. So definite victory for the red team. They have gotten mid inhibitor. Looks like they're going to cycle up. Vayne is working on that top inhibitor, so that's definitely going down. And yeah, these are just the floodgates opening for super minions. So yeah, I think this is just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, I'm feeling Beast Coast here. Unless they can pull off a miracle, I don't think there's a way that they're going to be able to come back from this. But they are going to try to put up a fight here. Does almost pick up some kills there, but yeah, they're just melting right now. Are they going to back away from this? Okay, I thought they were for a second. I was like, what? Looks like they might just try to get this. Yeah, they're going to try to get all the floodgates open here. Yeah, they're going to push that inhibitor now. One next tower does go down. Yeah, this is pretty much over. There's only 2 members of Beast Coast left up. So TG Kassadin is going to be the winners here, guys. Let's hear it up for TG Kassadin for winning the first game leader for the day.
Very well played by them. Fantastic choice with the Vayne pick, and unfortunately Ezreal just was not able to shut her down in lane. Really needed that early game advantage, but with that tier and longsword opening, trying to get that Manamune, just didn't have enough to shut her down, and Vayne was able to really snowball this game. She's currently 11-3-13. Tarek actually 7-3.